When gamma radiation transformed Bruce Banner into a monster, it created Marvel's most recognizable powerhouse, the Green Hulk. This emerald giant embodies humanity's rawest emotions, channeling suppressed trauma into devastating physical might that amplifies with every surge of anger. What began as a scientific catastrophe evolved into something far more complex. Though his immense strength can reduce entire cities to rubble and challenge cosmic entities, the Green Hulk carries an unexpected tragedy. Beneath the surface of this seemingly unstoppable creature exists a confused, almost innocent consciousness that yearns for solitude and understanding, yet constantly faces rejection because of his terrifying nature. His famous declaration of Hulk Smash masks profound emotional turmoil shared between monster and man. Time and again, this misunderstood titan has stood between Earth and annihilation, proving himself humanity's unlikely guardian. Epic storylines like Planet Hulk and World War Hulk showcase his transformation from mindless beast to strategic warrior and revolutionary figure. The Green Hulk ultimately embodies humanity's eternal conflict, the balance between overwhelming power and fragile emotion, between losing control and finding purpose within chaos, securing his place as Marvel's most enduring paradox. Before green became synonymous with the Hulk, Stan Lee and Jack Kirby originally envisioned their creation in gray for the Incredible Hulk's 1962 debut. Printing limitations of the time made that color unstable on page, forcing a shift to the iconic green. Decades later, that gray hue returned, but this time, it came with a name and an attitude: Joe Fixit, the Gray Hulk. Unlike his rage-fueled green counterpart, Joe Fixit operates on entirely different principles. Where the Green Hulk channels raw emotion, Joe Fixit thrives on cunning and self-interest, born from Bruce Banner's buried desires for control, indulgence, and dominance. Trading sheer power for sharp intellect, this version carved a life as a Las Vegas muscle for hire, dressed in tailored suits, dealing with mobsters and monsters alike. Though weaker than the Green Hulk, Joe Fixit compensates with strategy and ruthlessness. Emerging first only under the cover of night, he moved through the criminal underworld with manipulation and calculated violence rather than blind fury. In these ethical shadows, he found comfort, making choices that would horrify Banner or his more heroic alter egos. Yet beneath that selfish exterior, Fixit occasionally revealed a twisted sense of loyalty, protecting those few who mattered to him or those who threatened the world he'd built for himself. The Grey Hulk, in his Joe Fixit form, reminds us that true power isn't always about who hits hardest. Sometimes, it's about who thinks before they strike. Enter General Thaddeus Ross's ultimate irony, becoming the very creature he spent decades hunting. The Red Hulk exploded onto Marvel's pages in 2008, bringing unprecedented heat and calculated fury to the Hulk mythology. This Crimson Destroyer operates on fundamentally different mechanics than Banner's transformations. Rather than gaining strength through anger, Ross's body temperature rises with rage, generating heat intense enough to melt steel and incinerate enemies through proximity alone. The revelation that Banner's greatest military adversary had undergone experimental gamma enhancement to achieve what conventional weapons couldn't accomplish shocked readers worldwide. Ross retained his strategic brilliance and combat expertise within his monstrous form, creating a uniquely disciplined killing machine. Where Banner's Hulk acts on instinct, the Red Hulk executes military precision, combining superhuman might with tactical warfare. His willingness to eliminate threats permanently distinguishes him from other Hulks, leaving scorched earth where others might show mercy. Ross's journey from hunter to monster forced him into uncomfortable alliances, serving with groups like the Thunderbolts while maintaining his controversial methods. The Red Hulk's existence questions whether becoming a monster to fight monsters ultimately corrupts one's mission. His blazing presence and strategic mind establish him as perhaps the most deliberately dangerous Hulk variant, a weapon who chose his transformation rather than having it forced upon him. When Norman Osborn's megalomania collided with gamma enhancement, the multiverse witnessed the birth of the Purple Hulk. This 2013 Ultimate Comics revelation merged Spider-Man's greatest enemy with Hulk-level power through experimental super soldier formulas and radiation exposure. Unlike Banner's accidental transformation, Osborn deliberately pursued this monstrous upgrade, reflecting his insatiable hunger for dominance. The purple coloration symbolically fuses his Green Goblin legacy with Gamma mutation, creating something far more sinister than either identity alone. Osborn's transformation preserves his genius-level intellect and sociopathic tendencies within a hulking frame, producing calculated devastation rather than mindless rage. This version doesn't represent repressed trauma erupting outward, but conscious evil amplified to catastrophic proportions. The Purple Hulk demonstrates what occurs when someone already dangerous gains ultimate physical power, not a victim of circumstance, but an architect of terror. His rampage through the Ultimate Universe challenged both Spider-Man and the Ultimates, proving that combining human malevolence with Gamma strength creates unprecedented threats. Osborn's Purple Hulk stands as a cautionary tale about power sought versus power thrust upon someone, showing how ambition and strength together forge true monsters. From Earth 295's apocalyptic landscape emerges a Hulk powered not by emotion, but by stellar radiation itself. The Orange Hulk represents the Age of Apocalypse universe's radical reimagining of familiar powers, replacing Gamma Rage with solar absorption to create an entirely different beast. Drawing strength directly from sunlight grants this variant consistent, renewable power independent of psychological state. Unlike his emotionally volatile counterparts, the Orange Hulk operates with steady, relentless force, making him predictably devastating rather than unpredictably explosive. His solar dependency creates both advantages and vulnerabilities, near limitless power under sunlight, but potential weakness in darkness. Within the dystopian reality of Earth 295, this Hulk serves as both weapon and survivor, adapted perfectly to his universe's harsh demands. The calm efficiency of solar-powered strength contrasts sharply with traditional Hulk fury, demonstrating how environmental factors shape even the mightiest beings. His existence proves that across infinite realities, the Hulk concept adapts and evolves, finding new sources of power while maintaining its core identity as unstoppable force. The Orange Hulk embodies his universe's central theme, survival through adaptation, even if that means fundamentally altering what defines a Hulk. When the Unipower selects Bruce Banner as its vessel, the result transcends anything previously imagined, the cosmic Blue Hulk. This temporary fusion occurs when Captain Universe's sentient energy recognizes universal threats requiring both unlimited strength and strategic brilliance. The transformation bathes Banner in ethereal blue radiance, signifying his connection to existence itself rather than mere earthly power. Unlike anger-driven transformations, the Blue Hulk channels pure cosmic force, granting abilities that dwarf even the strongest Hulk incarnations. Matter manipulation, energy projection, and space-time alteration become available alongside enhanced intellect, creating perfect synthesis between Banner's genius and Hulk's might. This incarnation can challenge beings like Galactus or Celestials, operating on scales where planets become battlegrounds and reality bends to will. The Unipower's presence brings Banner unprecedented clarity, harmonizing his fractured personalities into singular cosmic purpose. Though temporary, these transformations leave profound impacts, showing Banner glimpses of unity between his warring selves. The Blue Hulk represents ultimate potential realized not through rage or control, but through universal harmony, proving that Banner's greatest strength emerges when internal conflict gives way to cosmic duty. Deep within Bruce Banner's shattered psyche lurks his most personal demon, the Brown Hulk, better known as Devil Hulk. This scaled monstrosity doesn't represent external rage, but internalized suffering, manifesting every moment of childhood abuse and emotional neglect Banner endured. Unlike physical transformations, Devil Hulk exists primarily as psychological presence, constantly battling for dominance within Banner's fractured mind. His brown, reptilian appearance reflects the cold-blooded nature of his protection, a guardian born from pain who shields through preemptive destruction. Devil Hulk possesses terrifying intelligence, understanding Banner's weaknesses intimately and exploiting them to maintain influence. His version of protection involves eliminating perceived threats before they materialize, making him simultaneously Banner's darkest defender and greatest internal enemy. This incarnation doesn't operate through blind fury, but calculated malevolence, viewing violence as the ultimate solution to vulnerability. The constant mental warfare between Banner and Devil Hulk illustrates trauma's lasting impact, showing how childhood wounds manifest as internal monsters. Devil Hulk's existence forces Banner to confront his deepest fears and darkest impulses, battling not just for control, but for his fundamental humanity. More than physical threat, the Brown Hulk represents psychological horror, proof that sometimes our greatest enemies exist within ourselves. If the Hulk represents Banner's unleashed rage, then Kluh embodies the rage of rage itself, a metamonster born when even the Hulk's fury reaches critical mass. This obsidian nightmare, spider-webbed with molten cracks, emerges not from Banner, but from within the Hulk's own suppressed frustrations. Years of being treated as Banner's problem, constantly suppressed and controlled, fostered resentment that eventually birthed consciousness. Kluh possesses his own malevolent intelligence, combining overwhelming strength with focused hatred toward everything, including his own origins. His emergence signals complete systemic failure, when neither Banner nor Hulk can contain what they've created together. The black, volcanic appearance perfectly captures Kluh's nature, dormant fury that erupts with civilization-ending consequences. Unlike other Hulks who might spare allies or show restraint, Kluh targets everyone equally, viewing existence itself as his enemy. His strategic brutality surpasses mindless destruction, executing devastation with surgical precision, designed to maximize suffering. The Avengers themselves become victims when facing this incarnation, discovering that some threats transcend conventional heroics. Kluh forces uncomfortable questions about identity and responsibility. If the Hulk has his own Hulk, where does the chain of rage end? The Black Hulk stands as Marvel's ultimate expression of unchecked fury, proving that anger, like energy, cannot be destroyed, only transformed into increasingly dangerous forms.